Alrighty, welcome back to another watch party. It is the Nets taking on the Phoenix Suns. It is the 45th game of the season. It's actually going really quickly, the season. But look, we're in a position where, well, yesterday it was actually a very good day for the Nets. We competed. We didn't necessarily win, but that really helps you more often than not when you're in a tanking sort of situation. And on top of that, two other teams that are trailing us for wins got a victory. Well, the Pelicans have won 4 in a row. The Hornets have won 3 in a row. The Raptors won yesterday. And so those three teams are fast closing in on the Nets. We are only 2.5 games back from the 2 spot, from the second worst record in the entire league. So there is a very real possibility that our prospects of getting a better pick, that can improve very, very soon. The only team that's really not going to be caught is the Washington Wizards, who have lost 11 in a row. But that aside, I mean, the Nets are 1-9 in their last 10 games. They have the second worst record in that block of time. So, look, we've had some good games recently in terms of competing. We've played the Knicks, obviously, yesterday. We lost that one by 4. And the Lakers a few games back, we also put in a shift there, but lost by 1. Hold on a second. Just going to get this fan on. All right. Yeah, so yeah, we've had a couple good competitive games. I think if we cast our minds back to yesterday's game, in which we played the Knicks, that was a pretty competitive performance by the Nets, because that fourth quarter, I mean, we clamped New York. I mean, they had 3 points in about 8.5 minutes. However, Brunson caught fire late. He scored 3 of his last 4 shots, and that was what they needed in the fourth quarter. They only scored 15 points, but they held us to 20, and that was enough for them to succeed and be in a winning effort. The two players for the Nets who led the scoring department, Cam Johnson and D'Angelo Russell, they're both out. And Ben Simmons remains out. So our starting lineup looks like a G League roster with Tyrese Martin, Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Noah Clowney, and Claxton rounding out the 5. And for Phoenix, while they are significantly better quality-wise, they've got Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Nick Richards, who has been newly acquired, and he has performed pretty well in his early Suns days, and Ryan Dunn, the rookie, who's entered the starting lineup since Bradley Beal and Nurkic were relegated to the bench. So that is the situation for the Phoenix Suns. But if we cast our minds back to yesterday's game, what were the key pointers? Well, first and foremost, the Nets couldn't shoot for shit. And that's probably the saving grace for New York, because Cam Johnson shot 6 of 20, D'Lo shot 6 of 17. So even though they scored points in abundance, or scored a bunch of points, they weren't shooting at a very particularly high efficiency. A good thing for the Nets yesterday, Jalen Brunson is known for getting to the free throw line. Yesterday we had 11 more free throws than them, and Brunson only took 4 free throws in the game, but 2 of those happened in the clutch when, we had to foul them. So we did a very good job of keeping them off the free throw line, given they have a couple players that could have bullied themselves to the rim, and it would have forced us into some vulnerable areas. We also held them to 8 threes. Knicks started like a house on fire, and slowly they fell away. The turnover numbers were pretty bad for the Nets, 16-10, and that contributed to 22 Knick points off turnovers. But the Nets did out-rebound the Knicks by 5, and they had 14 offensive rebounds. Claxton and Clowney both playing tonight. They had 8 offensive rebounds between them. So they're going to be a key tandem in today's game, especially when we play the Suns, who have got a pretty tall front court. I mean, Kevin Durant's like 6'11", and Nick Richards is not short either, and he's very physically built. So I don't know if Claxton's going to deliver today. He had a very lethargic first half. He only scored the 2 points and had 3 rebounds. He was basically a non-factor. He was missing. He was a ghost. It's like he wasn't even there. He could have put on a Knicks jersey and had the same impact for us. But in the second half, he definitely had a lift. However, the plus-minus numbers for Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe, staggering. Day'Ron was a plus 15 in a 4-point loss, which meant Claxton was a negative 19. So that's been a little bit of a trend in recent memory, and that needs to improve because right now I can't really stand having to deal with I really can't stand having to deal with, hold on. Yeah, I really can't stand having to deal with... Wait, what the hell's going on? I don't even know what I was saying, but you get the idea. I don't want to deal with it. Tyrese Martin had 13 off the bench. That was a good sign. And Day'Ron's free throw shooting, I think I really want to highlight that. And I did yesterday, but I want to highlight it again. He's shooting 73% on his free throws, which is a very good return for a net center because for years it's been an issue. But I feel like Day'Ron is doing something very similar to what Jarrett Allen did with his free throws. Jarrett Allen came into the league and he could not make a free throw for shit. First season at the Nets, he shot free throws. He actually shot it pretty well. But then he had a down year in the 1920 season where he went 63%. But he's now, since he left Brooklyn, he's had 4 seasons where he shot over 70% from the line. So it took 4 years for that to occur. And Day'Ron in his 4th season has gone from a 60% free throw shooter to a 70% free throw shooter. So I no longer have too much fear of Day'Ron getting to the free throw line. It's more the dread that I feel when Claxton gets there. Because he just still hasn't improved. He's actually fallen off a cliff when it comes to the free throws. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a discussion that continues for the rest of the season. Ski Man says the final score prediction. I'm going to guess that it's probably going to be something pretty bad. I'm going to guess it's like 117 to 95. I reckon it's like a 22-point loss. And it'll be pretty amazing if I actually nail that prediction. Remember that, people. 117.95. That was my prediction. So we'll see if that one comes to fruition. But yeah, I don't know. The lineup, like on paper, we're definitely 20 points worse at minimum. We don't have any facilitation on the court. D'Angelo Russell yesterday had 10 assists. And as a team, we had 21 total. He had 10. The next best was 2. So without him, it's going to be bad. I also need to just double check. In that game, we scored 67 whole points. What was our lineup? It was very similar to this, which is not giving me good hopes. It's basically the same lineup, except Zaire's not available. So we actually have a worse lineup on paper. A worse lineup on paper today than we did in that game we scored 67 points. Which is just absolutely exciting for me. As someone who's decided to voluntarily do the play-by-play and give up their time to do this. Hopefully we'll be okay. And actually put up a fight, which we've done against Phoenix the last couple of times. I mean, we've won 2 of our last 3 games against Phoenix. We won the first game in the season series, and that game was incredibly weird because Tyrese Martin decided to score 30, and it was a crazy performance. The Suns are really just clinging on right now because they're sitting at 500, and not only that, but they're trying to get Jimmy Butler because they're that desperate. Like they made a trade yesterday to offload 3 or get 3 picks they don't own for 1 pick that they do own in 2031. Utah are going to have an absolute time with that pick. The Nets win the jump ball, and I imagine that's the only thing that we're going to win today. Tyrese Martin looks like he's going to have the point guard responsibilities, which is just going to kill me as an individual trying to watch this team and take it a little bit seriously. Clowney nearly had the chair taken out from underneath. Clowney's going to get an open three. He hesitated and he airballed it. Mate, yesterday, Clowney went 2 of 5 from deep. So he shot 40%, which is a good number, but the optics, the optics don't align with reality. I think I used the word optics incorrectly, but regardless, the 3 shots he missed were all air balls. So, nearly got a steal there. Richards, hard screen. Durant. Richards, guarded by Clowney. Here's the size mismatch. And Richards misses with the left. So, they're going to need to maximize that mismatch if they get it multiple times over. Claxton to Johnson. Bit of space provided by Jones. Johnson to Clowney on the outside. He'll hand off to Wilson, who will pick up his dribble. There's just no ability to penetrate. No one wants it. Claxton's going to try a shoot, and he had to contort himself, and it looked like a very awkward sort of layup attempt. Durant 3 is off. Rebound by Clowney, and Johnson will get it ahead to Wilson, who will drive inside, but not really. It'll be pretty half-assed. Claxton to Johnson. Drive in again. Picks up his dribble. He needs help, and Wilson was open in the corner. It's a great find. The 3's off. So, rough start for both teams shooting-wise. No one on the board as of yet. Booker on the perimeter. Hasn't really had a touch yet. Dunn in the corner. Jones on the wing. Roll by Dunn. And that push shot is good by Ryan Dunn. So, the Suns on the board. First team to score today. It took a couple of minutes, but we are underway with the scoring. The Nets are not going to score more than 60 points. Johnson, nice finger roll. And he's going to need to have one of those 20-point games that he had probably about a couple weeks ago. Booker steps back over Martin, and that is money. I swear Martin is just a shit defender. Like, he is food to the opposition. So 4-2 Suns. 2.5 gone first quarter. Claxton, top of the key, playing very passive. Clowney moves through. Johnson on the extra is going to step back on Kevin Durant. What an idiot. You could see that from a mile away that he was going to shoot that. And it made it even more easy for the defense to anticipate. Booker does well to get his body into Wilson and create the separation to score an uncontested 2. So 6-2 start for the Suns, and the Nets look like shit on the offensive end, if I'm going to be completely honest, but why would I be remotely surprised? Johnson falling out of bounds as his pass deflected by Durant, who yet again anticipated what he was going to do. So 8 to shoot for the Nets. I imagine we're going to use the full clock allotment a lot of the time today. Clax, you need to shoot the ball, bro. 4 to shoot, and he's stepping back for a mid-range too. Attack the paint, Clax. Booker steps into a 3. Early offense. Doesn't get the bounce. Claxton bats it to himself. He's got to run. Richards is trailing. So Claxton goes at Durant and doesn't get the layup to go. It bobbled out. And good defense by Durant in transition. Booker will feed Durant, who is doubled. Kick out. Dunn's got an open 3. That's going to be a good look. It rims out, and there is a tie-up, and it will be Nets ball. It wasn't a tie-up. It was a out of bounds. Clax has got to make those 2s. So 8:15. 8:15 to play in the first. Johnson on the outside. We started the exact same way yesterday. Very slow start out the blocks on offense. Johnson, skip pass was very easy to read. It hung in the air way too long. And then the pass to Booker was a little bit wayward, but the Suns still have it. Now, KD guarded by Claxton. That's usually a good matchup for Clax. Durant cooks. That's a tough shot, though. It's off. But the problem is, the minute Claxton is on the perimeter, it means that it's going to be a much tougher time getting the offensive rebound or the defensive rebound. The Suns have the chance for an offensive board. But Nick Richards has committed a foul here on Noah Clowney under the basket. So it will be Nets ball. Good bit of box out work. And the positioning was supreme by Noah Clowney. The Nets are 1 of 7. So not a good start. But defensively, they're doing not a bad job. Martin puts up a brick and another rebound for Phoenix. So this has been a really rough start for really both teams, to be honest. Here's Durant. I like that matchup. Claxton on Durant. I think that's going to work out pretty well for us. Booker guarded by Wilson. I reckon that's the matchup there. Kick out to Jones, who shoots a 3 over Claxton, and he hits that one from the outside. And Geordie's going to call a timeout because we've gone 5 minutes with one made field goal, and he's already racking his brain trying to understand what the hell do we do to enhance our offense, because right now there's just nothing out there. Nothing. It doesn't help when Claxton really has no idea what he's doing. It's just depressing. So look, I think, yeah, we're going to lose this game by like 20. I'm not an optimist. Well, you know what? I'm an optimist for most games, but this one is not great. The only thing I think you can latch onto is the fact that the Suns have been shit all year and, you know, looked fairly unstable at times. And that's why they're at 21 and 21, you know what I mean? So, yeah, not too sure about what we're going to produce today. I think the 67 points could be on. But I've decided with my prediction to be a little bit more generous and give him 95. Because it seems like we hit a consistent 95 these days. Which is never going to be enough for a win. Okay. Okay. If you are enjoying so far, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus the Miami Heat on the weekend, which will prove to be an interesting match. That's for sure. Okay. So, look, the Nets have started this one absolutely shockingly from the field. I think their defense hasn't been too bad. We've forced the Suns into a couple of difficult shots, but that being said, yeah, look, there's just no ability to drive to the rim with this team. They're just all equally useless as the other. Like, Tyrese Martin is really the only guy who can probably drive it in, but it's like there's not really much inspiration there. Like, no one's really taking it to the cup at all. We're just passing it around the perimeter and expecting something to happen, a bit of space to open up. And like, Clax is setting these half-assed screens, which aren't helping. Wilson, good kick out. Clowney's got a 3. You've got to hit those. It's off. He gets his own miss. The kick out to Tosin. One more to Wilson, who's a better 3-point shooter than Tosin, but it doesn't matter because he can't shoot for shit these days, Wilson. There's the lob, and Durant blew it, got his own ball, and then scored it on the baseline. So that's a little bit fortunate. 11-2, and we still have only scored one bucket in the game. And that's a shocking lob by Clowney. He's overshot it tremendously. Durant's the trailer. Extra to Booker. Sidestepping 3 over Claxton. It's out. but Richards gets the offensive board. Knock away by Clowney. Wilson is held up, and that means we have to play in the half court again, which is just... Oh, it's just shocking news, really. Wilson is going to drive in again on Richards. Be caught in a corner. Martin's going to shoot a 3 over Booker. That's off again. Like, we're not shooting any twos, bro. Booker takes it in. Falls to the floor. Jones to Durant, guarded by Claxton. Top of the key. The screen will be set by Dunn, who rolls and misses. Richards gets the miss. Kick out to Booker. One more to Durant. Top of the key. 3 is good. And that is basically like it. I mean, if you can't get your own misses or the misses you force, then you're stuffed. We're 1 of 11, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? Man. Wilson the bounce pass to Tosin. There's the foul. Finally, we actually took it in. Tosin's been hit, and I reckon he got clocked in the nose or in the mouth. It's going to be free throws. I cannot believe we've gone 7 minutes with 2 points. It's actually the Knicks fourth quarter of today. Could they potentially look at that for a flagrant? I mean, they're not going to. Tosin at the line to double our total. 7 minutes in. God, this is rough. As I've said, though, the fortune is in the fact that we are, well, we've held them to 14 points, which isn't really all that explosive. I wouldn't imagine the Suns have really done too much. Haven't really stepped out of first gear. Tosin misses one of the 2 free throws. I think there's a foul on Mason Plumlee there. Or there's a lane violation. One or the other. You can take your pick. Looks like a lane violation's occurred. Tosin makes the free throw after given a second chance to score the second free throw. So, 14-4. Grayson Allen's in, Mason Plumlee's in, Durant and Booker remain on the floor, and Durant's going to spin and shoot over Tosin. He's just too big. He's too lanky. That's not bad defense by Tosin. If he was on a shorter shorter offensive player, I think we'd have a good chance. Tosin the drive. Sharp's going to need to shoot 3s here to space the floor a bit. Clowney's had another look. He banked it in. Lucky as hell, bro. 16-7. Clowney's 3s are just so far off it right now. Jones, good knockaway by Martin. Jones didn't even have a chance to end up in the front court without being interrupted. Royce O'Neal's back in the building, who caused some moments of greatness and moments of terror at the same time. So 4:31 to play in this first quarter. The Nets, amazingly enough, having started 1 of 11, are only down by 9. Beekman's getting ready to come in. Derek Whitehead just cannot play. Like, it's actually staggering. He doesn't get any time. We've just allowed an easy dunk for Mason Plumlee. I mean, that's what happens when you blitz. This squad do not know how to blitz effectively and recover at the same time. Sharp is going to... I want to see him go at Mason Plumlee. He's been incredibly passive with it, and he's just fumbled the handle as it got knocked away. Very careless turnover. Booker gets into the paint, doubled by Wilson, and it forces the miss. The Nets will run here, down by 11. Wilson, guarded by O'Neal. Wide open 3, and he's missed that too. So, Jalen Wilson is just... What the fuck, man? He just cannot make a bucket for his life. Derek Whitehead, we're getting a sighting. Allen, there's the lob, and Plumlee completes the move. And it's back up to 13. Wilson, the screen by Sharp. Wilson takes it inside. The reverse is good. That's a nice move. And we haven't done that nearly enough today. Hence the reason we have 9 points in the whole game. Monte Morris getting ready to come in. Booker, skip pass. O'Neal, Durant, drive in. Bounce pass. Booker had lost his defenders, but he was errant on the baseline. Clowney's going to be passive and loop it back out to Wilson. Guarded by Durant. Still haven't tried the paint, and we... Oh my fucking god, lads. Do something with the fucking ball! Oh my god, Sharp, a step back deep. 2! He got it! Oh my god. And Iron Eagles pulled out the sharpshooter pun. Oh, that was close. Tosa nearly knocked it away from Durant, but the Suns are going to call a timeout. That was the shittest bit of offensive work I've ever seen. Shocking use of the 24, and Dayron somehow hit a 2 as the clock expires. So timeout called. We're only down 9, which has me incredibly confused, because we have played like absolute dog shit on the offensive end, and we are somehow only down by 9. The Suns haven't had the greatest of offensive showings. They're 9 of 19, 2 of 6 from deep. But I think the saving grace here for the Nets at the moment is the fact that they have not let the Suns shoot a free throw. Now, the problem is you're going 4 of 15 yourself, and you're 1 of 8 from deep. So I feel like there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. Martin has not scored. Clowney is our top scorer with 3 points. Oh, God. And look at that bench. It could not be any shorter. Meanwhile, the Suns have about 10 players on their bench. So it's fair to say that on the second night of a back-to-back, this is going to be a pretty tough one. But Kevin Durant with the 7. It's been pretty effortless for him. Jump shots are plenty for him, and he's been making them pretty nicely. D-Book with 4. And we've got Jones with the 3, Ryan Dunn with the 2. So their starting lineup have gotten involved nice and early in this match. Nick Richards hasn't really done too much. He's gotten the rebounds, but he's on 2 personal fouls. So Mason Plumlee's going to have to play a little bit of extra time. No Nurkic and no Beal tonight. So they're going to delve a little bit deeper into their bench while we're running a whole lineup of bench players. So that is the situation right now. But the Nets somehow, as I said, are only down by 9 points despite having an absolute shitty start. Shit happens, I guess. Okay. So 2:26 to play in this first quarter. Okay. So, wow, I'm just looking at the stats. D'Lo's averaging 15 and 8 with us, which is pretty good in only 24 minutes. Good backdoor cut by Durant. Blew the layup. Didn't get the foul. Beekman was there defensively. Tosin's going to put one up and somehow didn't get the whistle. Sharp fights on the glass, and it's going to be Suns ball. So the Nets can't capitalize. There was an opportunity for a Dayron lob. We didn't capitalize. Derek Whitehead's into the game. So we're finally getting a Derek sighting. Durant's going to back down Tosin. I imagine that's going to be the job. Derek's been a good defender this year. He's going to come over and help as Durant gets inside and is fouled by Tosin. And it'll be free throws here. So Tosin's the physical type. So I reckon that's going to be the assignment all day today. Going to be a tough job. So KD, inside the final 2 minutes, will get 2 free throws, and he makes the first. Usually pretty reliable from the spot. And the second is good for Kevin Durant. So Suns have doubled the net score. Sharp. Tosin. Derek in the corner. Picks up his dribble. We still have not tested the paint with 8 seconds on the clock. Sharp's going to back down Plumlee and shoot with the right, and that was off balance. It was a bit inside out right there. Allen on the outside will drive on Sharp. It's good defense. Forces Allen into a pass, and then he gets it back, and then there's a foul on the drive-in, and the Suns will go to the line. They're in the bonus. That's the second foul in the final 2 minutes of the quarter. Allen will get to the line. So the Suns hadn't had a free throw until the final 2 minutes. Looks like Iguodala is going to check in for Phoenix. Allen converts the first. So Iguodala in, and it looks like they're playing a small ball unit right now. No Plumlee, which means that Dayron's got to cook with this lineup, man. He's got to cook. Iguodala is a twig, man. So Durant's still out there. They're playing Iguodala and Durant as the two bigs. Sharp looking for the handoff. There's Johnson on the bounce. Kick out to Tosin, who shoots a 3 over Durant. That's always going to be tough. It's batted out to the Nets, who'll get another go. Sharp's got O'Neal on him. Johnson takes it inside and gets the layup to go. Well done. So Morris, guarded by Beekman on the perimeter. Tosin very physical with Durant. Here he is right on cue, KD. It's good defense. Spin, lost the ball, got it back, bounce pass, and Morris is an open 2 because I don't know who the man was, but he lost him. And that's pretty stiff. The Nets will try execute the 2-for-1, but not all that well. They're going to have to get into a regulation set now. It's Beekman. Whitehead's going to shoot a deep 3. Splash! Every time Derek's played, he's hit 3s like it's nothing. It looks like a good-looking shot. So, 10 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Morris is going to drive in. Good defense by Tosin. Back out, and KD's going to have to put one as the clock expires. Oh, you're fucking kidding. You are kidding me. Why would you foul with 0.4, you idiots? Oh, that is so brain dead. What is the point of fucking fouling there? What the hell are you calling fouls like that for? There's just nothing in that. Durant makes the free throw. That is just so fucking careless. Oh, Jesus Christ. Does my head in, bro. So Durant makes the first, and Durant's probably making the second, which he does, and those are 2 points given up for dirt cheap. And that is quarter time. It's a 12-point lead for Phoenix, and I think that's probably as well as I could have expected it, to be honest. 16-28 the score, and we'll have a look at the box score, and it'll paint a pretty obvious story, which you could have predicted heading into the game. Durant's got the 11. He's been the high man for Phoenix. He's nearly outscoring our team by himself. And the Nets have done well to keep him off the line until very late in the quarter. They gave away 6 free throws in the final 2 minutes, and that supplemented, well, a strong end to the quarter for Phoenix. Meanwhile, for the Nets, I mean, we've hit the same amount of threes, but 6 of 20 from the field in the opening quarter. Keon Johnson's got the 4 points. He is the high man, amazingly enough. Derek's hit a 3, and Clowney's also hit a 3 as well. So those two from the same draft class, Whitehead and Clowney, combining for a couple of 3-pointers. Our only 2 threes of the game. But really, there hasn't been much to speak of from the offensive end for the Brooklyn Nets. We did do well after another slow start to keep the scoring within level pegging of what Phoenix have been delivering on. But still, I mean, it doesn't make it any easier of a sight to watch because of how tough we make things, basically. Because we just don't have the personnel out there. We just don't have it. So it's always going to be fairly dicey watching this team try to execute on the offensive side of the basketball. So regardless, second quarter action going to be underway very, very soon. And yeah, I don't know. I almost have a very similar feeling to yesterday. Like how I felt when the game ended. Like, I actually don't mind the fact that we're only down a dozen, because we've not been great. We've not been great at all. So, it could honestly have been a hell of a lot worse. Devin Booker's going to be in with Durant on the bench. So it's O'Neal, Morris, Iguodaro, Booker, and Allen, the 5 on the floor. The Nets have got Claxton, Beekman, Tosin, Wilson, and Clowney. Iguodaro, the knockaway. Tosin's now guarding Booker, which is an interesting matchup. O'Neal, the pump fake, the drive in, the kick out. Allen's open for 3, and that one is overshot the board. Rebounded by Claxton. I reckon he stood on the sideline just then, and they did not see it. Tosin, drive in, picks up his dribble. Claxton on the outside, looking for a handoff. Claxton's been incredibly passive again today. Wilson gets inside. That is a foul. So clearly, I thought the ref wasn't going to call it. Wilson missed a couple of what ended up to be vital free throws yesterday. So he'll get 2 free throws here today and try and make amends for what he was doing a day ago. So Wilson makes the first. And the second free throw is good. So Nets have not missed a free throw, neither of the Suns. Good defense by Beekman in the backcourt. So Morris hasn't gotten a touch. Booker on the outside will look to use the O'Neal screen, who will 1-2 it with Booker. Why did we double that? O'Neal was just left alone for 3. It was badly off, though, and Wilson gets the board. High screen Claxton. Tosin will drive down the middle on Allen. Body bump. And then try to pass it off. He got it back somehow. It ricocheted right back to him. He's going to try the turnaround 2 again and miss it. Claxton gets the board. And he's going to kick out to Beekman, who's going to drive in. We've got 7 to shoot. Bounce pass to Tosin. The spin move. The pirouette. It's short again. The Nets get another rebound. Beekman down the middle. 2 off 1 leg. It's good. That's great persistence by Brooklyn on the 3rd try. They execute, and then Allen jacks up a 3, a 1 and done for the Suns, and the Nets can cut it to 6. Spin move. Wilson. Oh my God. He's passed up a fucking open layup to kick out to the corner. Take the 2. Oh my God. That's the passivity, if that's a word, of the Nets, bro. Like, that was a great drive in by J-Dub. He's got to put that 2 up. Booker lost Tosin. Had to shoot a tough 2 over Claxton. It's off. And it's going to be a foul on Iguodaro, who I believe tugged at the arm of Clowney. So 2 and a bit minutes in, and the Suns are yet to score in the second quarter. So Claxton's going to bring the ball up. And he's going to drive on Iguodaro, body bump. Shocking layup attempt. He doesn't even get into the body. He shies away from it. Booker to the corner for Morris, who's trapped by Clowney. And then they roll it back out to the perimeter. Booker, guarded by Tosin. He's played really good defense. Good roll by Iguodaro. What? No fucking chance they've called a foul on that. Fucking challenge that bullshit, bro. That is not a foul. Let's have a look. Oh, yep, he's hit him on the hand. It's very marginal, but... So 9:20 to play in the second. Iguodaro will look to get the Suns on the board to start this second quarter. It's taken a bit of time for them to get into a rhythm offensively. And it will continue to be. Iguodaro goes long on the first free throw. So second free throw here for Iguodaro. And that one's off. So the Knicks, oh, not the Knicks, that was last night. The Suns remain scoreless. Tosin to Clowney. And now Beekman will use the Claxton screen to Wilson on the wing, who will drive baseline, get into the body. Clowney the layup, he overcooked it. Another rebound for Phoenix. O'Neal's the trailer, and he fumbled it. Booker on the baseline somehow ended up with it, and Allen's going to put a deep 3 up, and that's good. So they get let off. And that is what happens when you have like 15 attempts to, you know, consolidate on a good start and you can't execute. I mean, we've had a bunch of layup attempts. Tosin's going to force the issue, but a block met at the rim there by Iguodaro. Booker's doubled. Morris is dared to shoot it. That one short, and the board by Tosin, who's guarded by O'Neal, who gambled and tried to get the steal, and instead allowed the opportunity for Tosin to lay it up and in for 2. So back down to 9. Dunn and Richards getting ready for the Suns to come in. Booker now, right in front of the net bench. Trying to direct traffic here. Drives and is doubled. O'Neal, one more to Morris. What the hell is this? One a shoot. O'Neal as the clock expires. He ran out of time. Claxton will push. Pass to Wilson. Sets the screen. Open look. Rims out. Wilson is just a brick master right now. He's building a whole house with those bricks from the outside. The Nets trail by 9, which is actually significantly less than I would have thought. Danny, welcome to the stream. 17 people in chat. That's gone up considerably since I last checked. Why don't we play Derek more? We got nothing to lose. I don't actually understand why Derek doesn't get more time. It's actually staggering to me because this guy is not shit. He shoots the ball well. I don't understand, like, every time he's been out there this season, he's actually looked like an NBA player, whereas in past seasons, I don't think I could say the same thing. Let's have a look at the box score. This has been a very slow start to the second quarter for both teams, more specifically the Suns, who've gone 4.5 minutes making 1 bucket. Yeah, 1 3-pointer. And so their shooting has fallen off a cliff. I mean, they're 3 of 12 from deep, and they're 11 of 28 from the field. The Nets actually, despite being awful, are not much worse. They've only made 3 less shots. But look, Wilson, Tosin, and Clowney combining for, 3 of 15? That is, like, that's not going to cut it. Claxton's 0 of 4, which is even worse, right? I need to update his box score, actually. There we go. 7 rebounds for Clax and nothing else. Is it possible he could secure 20 rebounds and not have a point or an assist? So, look, Clax needs to get on the board, man. He's just been way too passive. 4 shots isn't bad, but, I mean, the guy just needs to take it to the hoop and actually... Like, I say this time and time again, I sound like a broken record. He needs to get his body into the defender and try shove him under the basket. So then you can open up the opportunity for the layup. Because far too many times, he's just piss weak with the contact. He barely shifts defenders, and he ends up taking these stupid shots over the shoulder without even looking at the basket. So it's like, you might as well not shoot it. You might as well not even be on the court, man. I think that's where the frustration kicks in. So 31-22 the scoreline. Okay. So Durant still on the bench. He played the entire first quarter. The Suns will get into a set here. Allen. Richards back in. Allen shoots a 3. It was basically an air ball, but Derek wasn't boxing out. Richards trapped. Now guarding Dunn here is Whitehead. Keon Johnson's back in. So is Martin. Skip pass. Allen. Drive in. Oh, that's well done by Martin, who got a hand in there and killed the rhythm of that Allen drive. And so the Nets can get into a set. The Suns are 1 of 9 in the quarter. We're 2 of 8. Another case of us not being able to capitalize on playing good defense, really. Sharp is able to get the putback too after Martin initially missed the first try. Booker on the outside has been doubled nearly at every opportunity, and he is again. He blows it. Oh my God. Dayron's that good at offensive rebounding that he's actually offensively rebounded it for the opposition and put the ball in. You can't make this shit up. Wilson. Whitehead 3. Oh my God. He's on automatic, bro. Like, he just doesn't miss. That 3-pointer has looked automatic every time he's in the game. Problem is, he's barely been in the game. Booker claims he was held. He wasn't. And the Nets have a 2-on-1. And Martin's blown the fucking layup. Oh my fucking God. Uncontested 2, bro. Booker hits a 3 wide open. That is fucking fireable. That is fireable. It's time for you to go to the bench, Martin. It's time for you to go back to the fucking G League. Because, my friend, I could have made that layup. I had the same amount of attention. I have the same amount of attention on layups in the backyard, bro. The same amount. That is the most unbelievable miss I've ever seen. That wasn't even... That was half-assed. And I think that's the most infuriating part. It was incredibly half-assed on the layup attempt. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Half-assed. Wasn't even close to going in. He fucking didn't put enough lift on the ball. Like, how do you even fucking do that? You're in the NBA, bro. You're getting paid millions. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. And for what? Fucking unbelievable, man. And then we give up a 3 up the other end. I wouldn't have been as mad about giving up a 3 if we just... Bro, we did everything right on that fast break. That is the reason your fast break points are tanking. That's the reason your points off turnover are tanking. Because you can't make simple fucking shit like that. My God, I'm happy to tank, but mate, make your fucking layups. And the even worse part about it is, this guy isn't even on the board yet for scoring. And he's just blown an opportunity to score a fucking layup. It's fucking shameful, that's what it is. Because that should have been a fucking given right there. They'd scored 5 points all quarter and you've just gifted it. Fuck me, man. It's just shit. Like, he has been awful, Martin, today. Most games he's half decent. Love how they showed the replay of the Dayron putback and Tyrese Martin's shit layup attempt that wasn't the layup attempt that I've been talking about for the last 3 minutes. Let's show that. That's going to be straight on Brick Central for sure. So we're down by 9. It really should have actually been a 5-point deficit, but oh, thank God they've fucking sent him to the bench. Martin's been a terrorist. What a pass by Dayron. The backdoor cut by Wilson was well honored. That's a great pocket pass. Tyus Jones guarded by Beekman. Booker. Kick out to Durant, who's back in. And that is pure. That's years of experience right there. Dariq Whitehead's going to get a lesson being guarded by Kevin Durant. He's going to get a look, though. Splash! Dariq hasn't missed. He did this against Chicago as well. We've hit 4 threes in the game, and 3 of them have come from Dariq. Good knockaway by Wilson. And Johnson was getting ready to dive into the Nets front row. So it's a 7-point game. Dayron Sharp falling to the floor actually worked incredibly well. It was actually a roadblock for Kevin Durant to contest the Dariq Whitehead 3. That's so funny. The Suns in a set now, 7 to shoot, and it's a shocking pass, and it will be Nets ball. So a turnover by KD, and the Nets will have the basketball. They can get it down to 5, which is incredible. Incredible. With the team we have, with the squad we're facing, we are somehow within 3 possessions. Sharp is not going to shoot that 3. He's going to hand it to Wilson, who's going to drive on Richards and try attack the basket again and get another foul. And Richards will pick up his 3rd personal. So I'm liking what Wilson is doing when he's not shooting the 3. He's driving it in. He's getting a good positions. It's like before. That's why I was so infuriated about him passing it out to a worse option. He had a layup attempt and he decided to loop it out to the outside. Ended up piffing it out of bounds. But that's what I like, the assertion. It's a 6-point game now. Wilson makes both. So it's amazingly enough a 4-point game. We've held the Suns to 11 points in this second quarter. Booker. Screen by Plumlee up top. The kick out to Durant, guarded by Wilson in the corner. Booker gets it back. Jab step. 3 for Durant. It's off. He didn't get the credit of a foul, and he wasn't happy about it. The Nets have a 3-on-2. Wilson the 3. It's badly off, and a board by Plumlee. Wilson, stop shooting 3s, bro. Hot garbage. Booker steps back over Johnson. It's off, and Whitehead viciously collects the rebound. He's got 9 points. He's going to go again, is he? Nope. Euro. Layup. And 1! Dariq! Let's go! He's been in for like 4 minutes, and he's the only net in double figures. Can you believe it? Plumlee with the foul. Euro step by Derek with the right hand and the whistle called. It's a bucket. So Whitehead at the free throw line. He has not missed. 11 whole ass points. 4 of 4 shooting. What efficiency this is. And Whitehead's going to brick the free throw. And they nearly fucked up the rebound. But the Nets on a 7-0 run. Surprisingly. And they've got Durant and Booker both on the floor right now. They've got all 5 starters except Richards. Richards is off on 3 personals, and Plumlee is manning the center position. Claxton is guarding Durant tightly. And yep, there's a jersey pull, so that was always going to be a foul. Booker going to drive in. Lost the man. Dunn's going to shoot a 3. It's uncontested. It was off, though. Plumlee with the board. Durant the extra to Booker, who's going to go down the middle. Loops it out to Jones. Over Whitehead. Splash. That's frustrating. A second chance bucket. You could have potentially tied the game up the other end if you could have just clutched up with a stop. Or just simply got a rebound. Johnson. Drive. Lob. Claxton. The layup. And he's finally on the board. Booker goes early. Blow by. Bucket. I don't think Geordie's going to be too happy about that one. So 2:50 to play here in this second quarter. Clowney on the perimeter. Now Johnson to Beekman. And we pass to Claxton here. At the elbow. Johnson gets inside. Layup. That's a shocking miss. Claxton bats it out. Oh my Noah, you idiots! Fuck's sake, bro. Clowney, man, he's got to read the play better. I think that's one of his Achilles heels. One of his Achilles heels. Does that make sense? That's his primary Achilles heel right now. I just feel like he's got such a shocking reading of the game. Just with simple shit. Passes, when to put up a shot. Like, I feel like he's given the green light. But that being said, man. Fucking hell, man. 8-point lead for Phoenix right now. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus Miami in a couple of days' time. So make sure to tune in for that match. That'll be an interesting watch, of course. How many rebounds does Claxton have now? He's got 8. He's probably going to get a season high in rebounds, I think. But hasn't really done much else. I think the main point of focus here is that Derek Whitehead has 11 points in 7 minutes, bro. And he has not missed. And now he's been relegated to the bench. Because what a surprise, right? You play someone that's actually playing well, and then you just sit them out. And he's the only guy that's actually really rocked up in this second quarter. He's got half our bloody points in this second quarter. Crazy. For a bloke who's played, 3 games this season, I reckon. I think that's what we're going to do at halftime. We're going to make it our mission to check out Derek Whitehead's box score, his game log. So the Nets need to close out this second quarter on a high. 2:31 a play in the quarter. You do not want to go into the break trailing by double digits, because I simply don't think we deserve that. We've played well. Clowney thought about the 3. Gestured as if he was going to do it, but then the space ran out. Beekman, skip pass. Clowney, pump fake. Drive in, off one leg. That's a shocking attempt, bro. You have 2 defenders on you, and you're putting up one-legged floaters. So 2:01 a play here in this second quarter. Durant is doubled. Plumlee. Handoff. Jones to Durant in the corner. He's going to drive on Claxton. It's a good skip pass. It's an open look, and Allen hits it again. He's hit, I think, 3 threes in the game, and Tyus Jones has hit a couple on good efficiency now as well. 7-point run here. Beekman had it blocked by Plumlee. The Suns will get it ahead to Kevin Durant. He picks up his dribble. Plumlee takes it all the way in. Allen's got another look. Extra to Jones. That three is off. And the board by Claxton, who's trying to farm rebounds out there. He snatched it away from two of his teammates. But how about scoring some buckets? Beekman, good find. Tosin's got an open three. That's off. Claxton's got another board. Johnson's going to shoot another three. And that one's going to hit. So the Nets cut it back to 8. With a minute to play here in this second quarter. 49-41. The Suns up. But not convincingly. Good find by Durant. I don't know why Claxton was not assigned to him on that sequence. Durant on an island against Tosin is not the matchup you want. So 51-41. The Nets will hold for a 2-for-1, you'd imagine. Johnson has his pass intercepted, but it was a kickball. So a bit of relief here. And so we're going to need to... Oh, brother, what is he doing back in the game? Tyrese Martin into the game. Oh, Jesus Christ. Beekman to the bench, so obviously we want a bit of offense, but Martin hasn't known how to produce that this whole game. Clowney. There's a foul. Oh, that is a bit of a careless foul to give away. That's a nothing foul too. And the Nets are in the bonus. So they're going to the line. That's incredibly soft. What even is that for, man? Oh, why the fuck are we calling those fouls in the modern NBA? I don't care which team I'm supporting, which team we're playing. That should not be a foul in the modern NBA. There's nothing in that. But Clowney, bro, he has been dog water. I've got multiple bins outside my house. Clowney can take a pick of which one he wants to enter. Because my God, man. Goes 1 of 2 at the line. It's a 9-point lead. 5-second difference between shot and game clock. Claxton's got the Durant assignment. Jones has it now. Screen set, which means the switch. Durant's now guarded by Johnson, which means the help is going to need to arrive, which opens up shooters on the weak side. It's Jones, the three. It's off. They got the long rebound. Durant has a three. It's good. Fuck! What are you doing, Clax? Fuck's sake, bro. The amount of offensive rebounds that have led to 3-pointers is staggering, bro. And we end the half, or we end the second quarter with the exact amount of points the Suns got, bro. After they had a shocking start offensively in the second quarter, they end with nearly the same amount of points they had in the first quarter. So the Nets have no advantage out of that, despite it being an impressive quarter, especially from Dariq Whitehead. We trailed this one by 12. It hasn't been a bad effort, but that being said, man, there's been so many little things that have been able to, well, could have turned things in our favor. Namely, Tyrese Martin missing an open layup, wide open layup, backyard layup, backyard. Yeah, when you're in the backyard by yourself. That's how open it was. And we somehow missed it. He somehow missed it. I'm not putting myself into this. I'm not inserting myself into that bit of shocking basketball by saying we. He missed that. Like the stream? I agree. Lil Man, I agree, mate. Like the stream if you are enjoying. I mean, I'm not enjoying a few things that I'm witnessing, but that being said, if you are enjoying the little coverage I'm doing, make sure to drop a like. Sitting him out is what got the coach fired last year. When a man is hot, let him cook until he's not. Well, yeah, but I think there were a few other things that are probably contributed to JV's downfall. Cam Thomas, that's who Cam Thomas was getting sat out by JV. I think Dariq Whitehead is a little bit different because he's had chronic injuries and hasn't had much continuity. Whereas Cam Thomas was just getting sat out for basically no reason. Now, speaking of though, Derek Whitehead, I will go. You know what? We'll do the box score first, and then we will check out the Derek Whitehead stat that I wanted to look at. So, wow, Clax has got 10 rebounds in the first half, but he's got 2 points. So he's being a bit of a rebound merchant in this game. He could have 20 rebounds, but have 4 points, and it's just going to be a complete nothing stat. So yeah, really, there's not much to talk about. Johnson, 3 of 5. That's not too bad. But there are a lot of shit performances out there. I mean, not much has to be said when Derek Whitehead, who's been out there for 7 minutes, has more than half our 3-pointers. And he's also our top scorer. And he's also made the most field goals out of anyone on the team. And he's been out there 7 minutes. Like, I mean, it's a bit of a hard watch. The upside for the Nets is that we've only had 5 turnovers. That usually is through the roof bad. However, the problem is we have 7 assists. And in a game where you need points, just generally speaking, 7 assists is not going to cut it when you have a team that probably are going to thrive off of open shots. I think some of that comes down to the fact that we haven't made a few open looks, but that being said, there have also been opportunities to, probably pass the ball a little bit more and try draw the defenders in. Yeah, it just, we don't have the creation on the court available to exploit mismatches and whatnot and get defenders reeling and force rotations which open up shooters. It hasn't been great. I mean, Tyrese Martin is our starting point guard, and he's got 0 points. He hasn't made an assist. That's the issue right there. Day'Ron Sharpe, yet again, is in the plus in a game we're getting smacked. Clax is a -16, bro. I mean, granted, Clax has been on the court when Kevin Durant's been out there most of the time, and Durant's got 19. I mean, the Suns have not been great. They've not been great. They've been far from their best. Allen and Tyus Jones hitting a couple threes each have, that's really helped them out. And D-Book's not been very efficient, 9 points only. But overall, they're shooting the ball much better than us. They've hit 3 more 3-pointers. And their free throw shooting, we did a better job of sort of reining that in the second quarter. But that being said, Kevin Durant, I mean, I reckon he's gotten a couple of his buckets off second chance points. And that's been the really frustrating part, because we've done well at times, at stages, to really, get those rebounds and run up the other end. But there's just been a few moments where we've left a little bit on the table, and the Suns have punished. So that is where we sit. Now, one more thing I'll check before we check this Derek Whitehead inspiration is the team stats. We love to check out the team stats. And right now, I want to look at second chance points. I can't see it on there, but I can see it on my phone. Okay. There it is. Let's have a look. So the Suns ended the quarter on a little bit of a run. 12-4 run in the last 3 minutes. So we got it down to 4 points, and then we let that lead. Well, let that get away from us, unfortunately. So, yeah, they went on a 10-2 run in a minute and a half, really, and that's the difference, basically. Yeah, and the Suns aren't shooting it great. We're just shooting it a lot worse, and that's not really all that surprising. Haven't forced enough turnovers. Here we go. So, second chance points, 13-9, and that I can probably, I think that sort of aligns with the eye test. Fast break points, we have not had a fast break point the whole game, and that also checks out, because every time we would have had an opportunity, Tyrese Martin, to get on the board, wouldn't we? But you can't make layups. yeah, every time we've had to play a lot of half-court offense, and we've let the Suns defense get back, and it's just looked really shaky. That's probably why we've limped to the 42 points, because there's just not enough quality out there to make difficult shots or be quick enough to bypass defenders and force it out to open shooters. We just don't have that. One good thing, though, that has occurred is the points off turnovers. Usually we get killed whenever we turn the ball over, but we have only conceded 2 points off turnovers. And even despite having no fast break points ourselves, the Suns have only had 5. So those are 2 areas that, as I said, usually if we're having this bad of an output from points off turnovers and fast break points, it usually isn't good. It usually doesn't result in nice things. But right now, it's actually pretty, it's pretty even. However, the problem is, of course, the fact that Kevin Durant is on one team and is not on the other. And that's where the difference is right now. He's making some really tough shots. And they're also getting offensive rebounds, which hurt us a lot. 7 offensive rebounds each, but the Suns have gotten 13 points to 9. So even just having a slender advantage in that area, in a game like this, I think that's really, really valuable. So that is what the situation is at the halftime break. Drop a like if you are enjoying, and subscribe if you are new. We will be back for Nets Heat. As you can see, next game is the Heat. So make sure to tune in. I don't think Jimmy Butler's going to be playing that one, because news just came out that he is probably going to be suspended because he missed a team plane. So it seems like he's spitting the dummy out, if you will, because he's not doesn't look like he's really interested in being a part of the team activities, which is a little bit strange. But let's have a look at Dariq Whitehead's season stats, because I don't reckon he's played more than 3 games. He's averaging 4 points on the year. He's shooting the 3 ball 50%. Now let's have a look. What's his game log? Game log, here we go. He has played a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be his 8th game today. His 8th game of the entire damn season, and he's already put up 11 points. Previous career high was the game against Chicago, where he scored 18 in a game, and he went 6 of 10 from downtown. But outside of that, these are his point totals. It goes 18, 3, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. He's only had 3 games he's scored, and he's only had 1 game he scored more than 3 points. So I don't know what it is about the Phoenix Suns, but they just love to give our players a little bit of confidence. It's like when we played them the first time out. Tyrese Martin. Tyrese Martin, before the game where he went off for 30 points against Phoenix, he had 8 threes in that game, and he propelled us to a 10-point win somehow. He went off so that game he scored 30, but the games prior to that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the game he scored 30, that was his 6th game. The games before that, he scored 6, 3, 3, 0, 0. It's very, very similar. Very similar. So I think I find that incredibly fascinating that is what Dariq is, well, it's basically just another case of the Tyrese Martin game. I'm interested to see what people are saying about Dariq Whitehead on the Phoenix Suns Twitter, because they're probably like, What was I going to say? They're probably going to be losing their minds that we are still in this game because a bum, and they're probably right to be saying that, a bum has dropped 11 points on them without missing. Letting randoms have spotlight is crazy. Who is this Whitehead fella? Let's not all be shocked when this trash Nets team stays in this game when everyone knows they shouldn't be close. This team is such trash. Can't even beat a shorthanded team. Another loss coming up. So that's just a few select responses from the Suns Twitter comments. And now I'll just search Derek Whitehead's name and see what shows up. We've got Derek Whitehead looking like an MVP. Nets should be giving Derek Whitehead real run in the NBA. I fucking agree. He looks like an NBA player. Play him. There's no reason he shouldn't be playing. No more G League for Derek Whitehead. Tyrese Martin is horrible. Derek Whitehead made this first half watchable at least. I agree. Has Derek Whitehead arrived? Confidence is a big part of development. Derek Whitehead has said that. Derek has got to play. He's got to play more. It's just like, why the fuck is he still on the sidelines? Like, I just remember watching him last year. He looked like shit. Second half's about to get underway, I think. Not too far away. And so, well, at least we can grasp onto something nice after that our first half. Bit of Derek Whitehead greatness, but will I see that again? Probably not. But I'd be very happy to see Derek score 20 in this game. I think, you know, it's been pretty tough going for him. Only 8 games in 45 this season. For him to score 11 already in this contest on great efficiency. He hasn't missed yet. I mean, that's grouse. We love to see that. He honestly should be starting in the second half, but that was never going to happen. It's more criminal that he just hasn't, like, played much this season. And with really no reason for that to occur. Good roll by Dunn as play restarts. Durant. Oh! Clowney put on a poster. Durant scores the first 2 of the second half for Phoenix. He's got 21 now. He's carrying their ass. Clowney. Claxton. Looking for a pass. Johnson fumbled the pass, trying to rake it in with only one hand, and it's a turnover. 56-42. Durant. Bounce pass into Richards. He's got the size. Johnson. I thought he blocked him, but it's going to be called a foul, and it'll be a couple of free throws for Nic Richards. Yep, he's just collected his arm there on the way up. So Richards at the line makes the first one. And Richards converts both. So 58-42. 16 points up. Claxton still looking for passes and not really testing the waters offensively. Johnson down the middle. Goes at Richards and Tyus Jones, and he scores high off the glass. I want to see that acceleration used a little bit more here in this second half. Durant, guarded by Clowney. Drives in. Stops over the shoulder. Jones steps into another three. That's short. And a rebound by Keon Johnson, who's going to survey the floor. Guarded by Dunn. Looking on the weak side. Claxton's going to go at Richards himself and scores the layup. Need more of that. Booker only just getting a touch now here in this second half. Jones, the bounce pass into Dunn, who's going to shoot off one leg, and he scores that one too. Clowney got dumped. And I think Clowney's talking to the official as if to say, where the hell was my foul? Johnson. Couple screens set off the ball for Martin, who... Oh, wow, what a kick out that is to Clowney. It's off, though. Martin gets the rebound out of nowhere. Johnson's going to step into another three, and that one's off as well. Clowney does well. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell happened there? That was an unnecessary wrap-up. Let's have a look. What the hell is going on there? I'm so confused what happened there. There was a bit of a lockup between the two. And a little bit of remonstration afterwards. And I reckon they're going to look at the monitor here. What is even going on? Looks like there probably should have been a foul on Richards on the previous play when Dunn scored the two, but that wasn't called. Richards going to take it in. Extra to Dunn. The reverse, he blew it. Johnson's going to accelerate to the corner for Wilson. Extra. Clowney the drive. Oh my goodness. There was no foul. What? Martin off one leg. What a terrible shot. And then they just fumbled it out of bounds. Richards, I don't know, he just lost the ability to handle the rock and just lost it out of bounds. Clowney just lost it going up, so that wasn't a foul. If he had have dunked that on Richards, he would have gotten teed up because he would have gotten so primed up from that dunk. That's for certain. Ball inbounded. Claxton. Booker gambled and left Wilson alone, and he is trash. Back tapped. Wilson finally hits one. Oh my god, it took long enough for you to get on the board from three. Booker. Drive inside. Creates space and hits that too. He's got that one patented. Back to 13. Wilson. Now in a switch guarded by Durant. That's always going to be a death sentence. Back out to Johnson. Drive. Layup. Got it to go. Goes at Richards. And when Keon Johnson has done that, he's looked pretty good. Booker. Inside. No look. Durant's open. And why on earth is he? Are we aware of who this guy is? 24 for KD. And it honestly hasn't looked like it couldn't look much easier. Claxton fumbled the initial catch. And the clock needs to be reset. All right, so because it hit the rim as Claxton fumbled the lob attempt, it's going to be reset to 14. Claxton gets it in. Wilson. Drive on Booker. Booker does well laterally. We've got 3 to shoot. Claxton, put one up. Put one up. And he gets it to go. He should be trying those more in games. Like, we've got nothing to lose. Hold the defense a little bit more accountable. Booker. Good D by Martin. Drive in. Does well. Oh my God. What an idiot, Clax. That was falling so short. And he's just plucked it out of the air. On the way down. Oh my God. That was an absolute gift. 7:01 a play. It's a 14-point game. Claxton. Handoff. Johnson the drive in again. Good find. Clowney's open. That three's off. Johnson got the miss. And now he's probably going to step back for 3. He's guarded by Richards. He's got the mismatch. Oh, what a cross. What a reverse. Oh, he's blown the layup. And then Wilson stole it away. Layup. Got it. Good hustle by J-Dub. Booker goes up. Oh my fucking God. What a way to cancel out your good work on the other end. Like, they're getting into offense really, really early. 69-55. A timeout is called, I believe, by Jordi Fernandez. And, look, it's been another even quarter, but yet again, it's one quarter that makes the world of difference, and it was the first quarter in this game. Claxton has matched his exact stat line from last night, except for the points. He's 2 shy of last night's total. But he's gotten a little bit more involved offensively here in this second half. The problem is Durant's got 24 and Booker's got 15. And those two are a great 1-2 punch. Jalen Wilson's got 13 as the high man for the Nets, and Keon Johnson's got 11. He's shot the ball pretty well. Good efficiency. Jalen Wilson needs to drive it in more. He's 3 of 3 inside the arc, and he's hit 4 free throws, which is a team high. So work needs to be done there, I think, to just attack that area a little bit more. But overall, I mean, 15-13 in this quarter points wise. I think the Nets have done a pretty decent job after halftime, but you know, there's still a lot of ground to make up, and it's pretty tough to justify, or not justify, but anticipate us coming back into the game from 14 points down. Those stats where Derek only scored a few points was when he played only a couple of minutes and sometimes late in the fourth. Yeah. I mean, that's the point I was sort of making though. Like, he's barely had the time. And it's sort of placing it into perspective, like how ridiculous it is that he's every time he's been given a somewhat reasonable block of minutes, he's actually had a really good game. Alrighty. So 14-point lead here for the Phoenix Suns. Nets have not let this game get away. Now, what did I say? I said 117-95 at 3/4 time. I can probably see that actually happening. Depending on whether or not, like, what do we score? 42 points. In order to get to 95, we'd need to score 53. And right now we've scored 13. So we're on track. We're on track, I think, to get that total, I think. As for the Suns, if they just go at a similar pace to what they've been going at, they're probably going to wind up, well, they scored 54 in the first half. If they score 60, 114 is what they can achieve in 4 quarters, which would be pretty close to what I said. So maybe we'll hit it exactly. Who knows? 5 on the floor for the Nets. Sharp, Tosin, Clowney, and Martin and Wilson. Booker's got a free throw here because he was fouled as he scored on the drive attempt. So an and one opportunity for D-Book. And he makes a free throw. And he's usually nailed on to make those. You can put your house on it. You can put your life savings on it that he'll make those. 70 to 55. Nets down by 15. Sharp. Pass off to Tosin, who's going to go at Jones here. Kick out to Clowney. And Durant was sagging off. So Clowney's going to test the waters there and hits the three. It's not been an area of success for him today, but it works out well for him. Durant is open in the corner again. Why on earth are we allowing the three? It's off, though. It rattles out. We get a bit of luck headed our way, and the Nets can cut this back into single figures, depending on the shot. Martin kick out to Wilson, who goes baseline and tries the reverse. He adjusted in midair and scored the two impressively on the baseline. So, back down to 10. Booker lost his direct matchup. Plumlee, the pirouette. Tosin reads the pass to the corner. They were looking for Durant. The Nets can run. Tosin. Oh my fucking God, bro. Do you know how to pass a basketball? Do you know? Mate, you're passing to the fucking 15th row in the arena. How can you miss a pass that badly? Easier said than done, and very rich of me to say, given I'm sitting in a chair halfway across the world, but still. Booker, kick out. Done. Drive down the middle. Good defense by Clowney. Plumlee's going to be tested. Three's off. Wilson's going to push it. Martin, layup. Blew it. Sharp missed it. He missed it again. You idiots. Oh my God. And Dunn's going to blow the layup. Plumlee saves it. Booker falling out of bounds, misses a three. What is going on? We get it ahead to Wilson, who's going to drive and kick out. Oh my fucking God, bro. This is the tanking that we know and love. And Booker completes the two on the other end after we turn it over again. I can't believe my eyes. Martin missing another fucking wide open layup. Sharp missing a putback two. Missing another putback two. You can't script this stuff. And then Sharp throws it out of bounds again. Fuck's sake, bro. We could have had this down to about 6 if we were remotely adequate at making fucking layups. Jesus Christ, bro. They get every single wrong angle. Every single angle to miss a layup, we somehow execute. I find that actually more impressive. It's tiresome watching a team that's trying to tank. They're doing a fucking good job of it. Durant one-on-one with Sharp, crosses him up, takes it in, and blows the layup. It's good defense by Dayron. Now, can we actually score a layup? Tosin's going to go at Plumlee. He got rid of him. He blew the layup again. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is intolerable, bro. Tosin in the corner is going to shoot over Plumlee. Missed that three as well. My eyes are bleached. O'Neal, three. That's off as well. Nets climb in for a rebound. You have got to be fucking joking. Dayron has bounced it off one of our own players. I cannot believe my eyes. This is shit that you would see from fucking 10-year-olds, bro. First and foremost, what is our center doing bringing the ball past half court? And it's moments like these where you really question your existence as a supporter of this ball club. And it's got me so off the rails that I've forgotten to stop the shot clock, the game clock. We've had 4 consecutive possessions. We probably could have had this to within 6 if we could have just done anything remotely reminiscent of an NBA player. Missing layups, missing putbacks, running yourself into traffic and then just throwing the ball just nowhere, really. Trying backdoor cuts. And then finally, Day'Ron Sharpe bouncing the ball off his own teammate's foot in the fucking backcourt and it going out of bounds. And for all of that, we're only down 12. We're at basically the same deficit. The same deficit as we were at halftime. I don't know what's more amazing. The fact that we're only down 12 or the fact that we're this shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. I cannot believe my eyes. You honestly could put a blindfold on every single one of these players and they would look as inept as they have been the last 2 minutes. It's crazy how bad it is. It's crazy how bad it is. I find it funny. It's so funny that we're just this horrible. Oh my God. This is what happens when you have G Leaguers out there. The talent difference is just severe. And you know what the worst part is? That this is a home game. This is a home game, bro. I don't know what's more embarrassing. The fact that Phoenix are only up 12 with things being like this, or the fact that we're just that bad to have produced what we have. I mean, a timeout was needed because we just need to fucking regroup. Derek Whitehead, the sharpshooter's back into the game, so maybe that'll provide some better results. O'Neal in the corner open. It's off, so it's clear some things haven't changed. They're going to look for Derek, I reckon. Lob. That one's deflected. How many turnovers? Another one. We've had like 4 trips to the other end of the floor and have not put a shot up. And the Suns, surprisingly, have not put us to bed. Even though we're kids that, or playing like kids. Good knock away there. Booker has had his, oh my God, that's tough. He had his dribble interrupted multiple times there and was doubled and still converted the shot. So, wow. Beekman could have just stepped into a 3 there, but doesn't have the confidence. Pocket pass. Good body bump by Sharpe, and he's fouled. Really should have completed that layup, but it'll be 2 free throws. We're actually at the 221 mark, not the 133 mark. So, God, this has been like fucking messing with my mentality right now. My mindset. The will to live has been severely reduced in the last 5 minutes. Capped off by another missed free throw. God. The bench looks so depressed. No one's talking to each other. There's not one smile on anyone's faces. Day'Ron has missed another free throw. Boy, you are shit in the last 3 minutes, bro. You have just reduced your value from 1 second round pick to fucking cash considerations, bro. Durant, oh my God. They've called a foul for that. The Suns are so lucky they're not playing a good basketball team right now. The way we've been playing, any good team would be beating us by like 40. Jesus Christ, we have been hot garbage. And they're still only outscoring us by 2 in the quarter. Plumlee to the corner for O'Neal. Knocked away, good steal. Beekman. There's multiple trailers. Johnson, oh my God, fucking hell. Johnson goes vertical. The springs. I thought we'd absolutely killed that fast break possession. And, well, as it turns out, those 2 points that Johnson just got didn't matter because Plumlee got just as easy a bucket on the other end. Tosin in the corner. Sharp man in the middle. Beekman changes direction. Gets inside and scores the 2 off the window. So that's a nice little move there. Taking advantage of where the space on the floor is. Now Durant, guarded by Johnson. We screwed up our matchups very early in the clock. So now we're going to be severely disadvantaged. Now the switch. Allen to the corner for O'Neal. No, that's Morris. And he hits the 3. So it's back up to 15. Beekman's doubled. Sharp's going to be dead to shoot, but he doesn't want to. Whitehead's going to put one up. I can already see it. O'Neal's tightly guarding him. 8 to shoot. Johnson gets inside and misses with the right hand. Sharp gets the miss. Where's the fucking foul at? I thought he got swatted on the arms. We've had 16 offensive rebounds. Unreal. Durant's going to get blitzed here. Morris, cross court to O'Neal. Back to Morris, and now back to Durant. I wonder if the blitz is going to come again. It does. Morris, there'll be an open man. It's O'Neal, who's given a practice shot, and he will convert them at some point, and he does. So 9 seconds left here in this third quarter. Johnson will let the ball roll as Whitehead sends it out into the field of play. 6 to shoot. Johnson, guarded by O'Neal. Cross, what is he doing? 2 to shoot, and he shot a step back 2. He's hit the jumper with 0.4 on the clock, and that is going to do us for the third quarter. And that was a tumultuous third quarter. If only the Nets didn't have a block where they turned it over on 5 straight possessions, that would have been great, because I reckon we'd be within 6 or 7 points. But unfortunately, we can't have nice things all the time. And at three-quarter time, well, Nets down 14, but in that quarter, they got only outscored by 2. Amazingly enough, they replicated their efforts from the second quarter. The Suns scored 28. They've been pretty consistent with their scoring today, and it has kept the Suns in a pretty stable position. If we look at the box score, well, it's a bit of an interesting box score. Let me just say that much. Claxton's gotten a rebound reducted. Wilson is our high man with Keon Johnson. Johnson's actually been very efficient, and Wilson, when he hasn't shot the 3, has been very efficient. But our 3 ball has been severely lacking. Our free throws much less in play in that third quarter. And on top of that, the turnovers absolutely skyrocketed thanks to a 3 or 4 minute patch. And for the Suns, well, Durant probably took a little bit more of a backseat in that quarter. Booker scored 11 of their 28. And it's pretty clear that without those two, they are going nowhere. But they've had some good little contributions across the floor. And they are shooting the ball marginally better than us. Marginally. Made 4 extra shots. Have shot 2 less. They've hit 4 extra threes. That is a big factor as well. And the free throw number, we've kept them off the line pretty well. But look, it really has come down to 1 quarter. Really. Which is a little bit frustrating if you ask me. Because I think we've put in a pretty good shift for the most part. But that is the situation. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back in a few days' time for Nets versus Heat. Derek, Cam Thomas, Noah, and Jay Will plays of the future, especially when they've had a few years' experience. We need a top 3 pick and a 7-foot center who can shoot. Keep Cam, Jay, and Ben on a minimum. We need a point guard. Well, I get the... What's the word? I get the impression that D'Angelo Russell may be here. Like, for a couple more years. So a quarter to play. Looks like Whitehead's going to start out there. No, he's not. No, he is. No, he's not. Claxton's out there. Beekman, Tosin, Clowney, and Wilson, the 5. Tosin gets inside and attacks Booker and blew the layup. Richards is in with an extended stint on the bench. He'll be pretty refreshed. Morris, Booker, Allen, O'Neal rounding out the 5. Here's Allen on the wing. They're going to look for Richards in the post, who's got Wilson guarding him. There's a mismatch. And on an island, Richards will score for 2 as he towers over the top and scores with the left. So 84-68 the score. Wilson, kick out to Tosin, who's going to attack Allen. He's got the size, and well done. That's a nice move. Suns nearly mess with it in the backcourt and screw up. Booker gets inside, steps back over Clowney. Good hand in the face. Oh, for God's sake, Noah, this is... Wow, they've called a foul. I thought that was a very clear tie-up between Booker and Clowney. Let's have a look. Booker did reach in from underneath, so I don't think they're going to turn this one round. That's a tough one, man. That's a really tough one on Booker. I would have... Look, I'm not going to worry about the opposition. I'm just going to say what needs to be said with that play right there. From a Nets perspective, Noah Clowney needs to be more alert. I said this before. His awareness is shocking half the time, right? Even there, it's like he contested the shot and then was completely disengaged in whatever came next on the rebound. He's got to be a little bit more engaged for just a few seconds longer, because right now it just costs us on occasion. And it seems like he has these little lapses. So there we go. Well, regardless, I'm quite unsure if this team's going to get up. I mean, look, the Suns have just left the door ajar on multiple occasions. It actually feels like a lot of this game we've been thereabouts. I think we've held our own pretty well today. It's just, yeah, that first quarter really killed us. Yet again, another start that's caused us a few issues. I think 3 or 4 times in the last 4 or 5 games. It's just really cost us. And so we've been chasing tail nearly every single game, and we just don't have the firepower to be able to go on runs, particularly when we're having strings of possessions, a string of possessions where it's just turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. So, yeah. Okay, so the Suns win the challenge, and it's going to be a jump ball. But see, that it should have never come down to a jump ball. It should have, like, Noah's got to be, like, meeting the basketball as soon as it lands. Problem was, he just waited for the ball to come to him, and Booker is trying to meet it full head of steam. So 84-70 the score. So a jump ball between Clowney and Booker. Clowney's got a long wingspan, so he should be winning this. He's got to bat it forward to his left-hand side, but he's lost the jump ball. And then gets killed on the closeout, and the 3 by Morris is off, the board by Martin. So Nets lucky to be let off there. They can get into this deficit a little bit if they feel remotely interested in doing that. Claxton, top of the key. We'll pass over to Tosin, who drives in. There's the lob. Claxton, the dunk. Good lob up by Tosin. He's been a mixed bag. Let's just say that much today. But on that occasion, good result. Good outcome. Richards will have it out front. Gives it to Booker. Good roll by Richards. Clowney comes over to help. What the hell was that? He just got fucking dumped. And there was no whistle. What the hell? He went into a legal guarding position, got cleaned up. How was that not a charge? Only saving grace is that Richards stopped. Basically the same play as the previous possession. Richards, should I say Booker, was the man who fouled Tosin, who's had a little bit of misfortune with what's going on there. Sorry. Yeah, a bit of misfortune there. I don't even know what I was saying. I just completely lost train of thought. How's that not on the shooting foul? How's that not on the shot? How's that not a shooting foul? Tosin's got it here. 8 to shoot. He's going to go baseline and attack. Goes up. He's blown another layup. Richards has done well vertically. I feel like Tosin's gone up a number of times, and good work to actually attack the rim because not enough of our players do it. O'Neal is short on the 3. Good contest by Clowney. The Nets have got to push. Martin. Claxton the trailer. Claxton going to drive in himself. Euro. And a beautiful looking right hand hook shot. So a 12-point game. Booker. Got it by Clowney. Doubled. O'Neal is open again. We are disrespecting the crap out of him. And with good reason, because he's missed another 3. Claxton, guarded by Allen. Attack the fucking basket, bro. Wilson 3 is off. It just doesn't make sense, mate. Richards is out of the play. And Booker for 3 is going to hit it. That is the exact problem right there. Fucking brain dead Clax. Getting paid 25 mil a season to play, like, go through the fucking motions half the time. Tosin, spin on Allen, and that layup is a tough shot and it's off. And they're going to get it ahead to O'Neal, who's known to blow layups. And what a fucking surprise. He did it again. Clowney's going to push, and he is not aware again. Morris, layup. He blew it again. This is hectic. It's like the Suns are fucking tanking as well. Tosin misses a 3. We get another rebound. Tosin is going to shoot another 3 and miss another 3. And the Suns are going to get another rebound. And Booker's going to pull up and rinse and repeat. It's the same fucking shit, bro. 18-point lead for Phoenix. They have been dog shit as well. They are just so lucky they are playing a team who just cannot... Like, they're just garbage. It's just... There's just no two ways about it. We're down by 18 for a reason. We really should be down by about 40. It's actually a miracle the Suns are, like... The Suns are one-upping us. Or sorry, we're one-upping them. Because they're not playing great at all. They're missing layups too. They're missing wide-open shots. O'Neal is being a terrorist. And he... for a long time at the Nets was exactly that. Derek Whitehead's been out there for 10 minutes and he has got, he's 4 points off our top scorer. Booker's got 26 and has just taken hold of this entire game. I would almost go as far to say he has made every single one of their points. Here's the bloody problem though. Tosin is 2 of 15. This two-way player, I still don't know how to pronounce his surname. He had a few good games, and I was like, well, maybe I need to put in the work to actually respect him as a basketball player and know his surname. But no. No, you're 2 of 15 today, buddy. And so it's back to the G League for you. Tyrese Martin, it's back to the G League for you. You're 0 of 6. We're very lucky that Royce O'Neal has decided to put up a legacy Nets game today. 1 of 7 from deep. Yet he is still a plus 10 because he's getting saved by, well, the other players out there. Would you believe it though, Day'Ron Sharpe is a plus? Dayron Sharp is a plus in a game we're losing by 18. I mean, this has to be like discussed. Would this be a problem? Would this be a discussion if Dayron Sharp was a starter? Would Dayron Sharp be in the negative like Nic Claxton is? I don't know. This game right here, though, has gotten me unhinged. I don't think I'm mentally stable at this point. Like, what is this doing to the Nets fan base? I feel like the level of happiness is just, it's gone down a couple rungs. It's just the amount of like there's so much reason to play with less passiveness, Claxton. Like, bro, Richards is like 3 meters behind you and you can't even attack the basket. You got a 6'2" guard guarding you in your way. You can't like just take it in. Full head of steam. So infuriating. Let's see what the set play is. We're running the Cam Johnson play for Tosin, and he traveled. So 7:29 a play. So 18-point lead. Opportunity for it to get up to 20 for the first time today. Booker, switch. Good defense by Clowney. 1-2. Booker's just being given the keys here. Sharp's going to come in for Claxton. The 7:10 mark of the game. So play resumes. 5 on the floor for the Suns. Jones, Booker, Richards, Allen, and Dunn. Good read by Tosin. Clowney the trailer. Martin the 3. That one's off as well. And Martin is still yet to score as a bloody starter, bro. Booker. Moving. 3. It's off. The rebound off hands. And Richards nearly got both hands to it, but it ricochets off his hands out of bounds, and it will be Nets basketball here with 6:45 to play. It's honestly been a matter of who can be the worst team rather than who wants to be better. It's really just felt like both teams have tried to outdo each other in terms of shitness. Martin picks up his dribble, and that is a tough shot at the end of the clock. Planted the pivot foot and was able to score the jumper in the mid-range. Booker is going to drive on Clowney. That's another easy blow by, and he has killed him every single time they have done that and gotten Booker the ball early in the clock. Clowney has been absolutely smoked. He's had his pants pulled. It's just ridiculous. Can't believe it. So 6:10 a play, and it's definitely, as I said, been a very tumultuous watch here. Very free-flowing, but I don't know if that's a good thing because it has meant that I've not had any time to take a breather. It's just been so full-on, error after error. Geordie, I'm watching, they've got a camera on the Nets huddle. Geordie is not happy. He's done this gesture, which probably indicates he's like, get your fucking hands out and try to block the drive because you're just giving it to him. So it's been tough at times, I will say that, but we've remained in touch for most of the game, which I think is commendable with the squad you have available. And it could have been a lot closer with some simple fix-ups and refinements, but with the squad we have, that is easier said than done. Here's Sharp up top. Wilson. Okay, well, Grayson Allen's just been completely decked. And Dayron Sharp is the guilty party in that one. I've never understood that. That's incidental contact, and he's not even looking at the guy that he's set the illegal screen on. Like, I really don't understand how those can be called illegal screens. It's almost like you're telling the offensive player they need to move. The defensive player owns the space. So, inside the final half of this fourth quarter, is Durant back in? No, he's not. Ryan Dunn gets inside and scores the tough two. Morris took a hit under the basket and he's down. It's a 5-on-4. If you can't capitalize on this, it's a fucking shame. You have an open man on the wing. Oh my God, how long? How fucking long did you take to pick that up? And what a fucking surprise, it's Noah Clowney again. Going through the bloody motions. Tunnel vision, mate. Like, I need to see this back. Like, surely he's seen the player that's down. He's even facing. Oh my God. Like, he's playing pedestrian today. Like, that is just... Ouch. Richards just got completely discarded there and took a hit on the way through. That's just like, I just can't wrap my head around this shit. Like, tunnel vision, Noah. Have some fucking awareness. Like, he was even facing the weak side. And couldn't recognize we had an extra man. It's just unreal. So, 96-76. 20-point game with 5 to play. Kevin Durant, I don't imagine he's going to play because, well, there's no real reason for him to. They're up 20 with 5.5 minutes to play. We'll be lucky if we score 10 more points in this game, let alone 20. So 5:30 to play. Booker is still out there. They're riding the hot hand. Tyus Jones to Booker. Got it by Wilson on an island. Cross. Drive in. Stops. Gathers. Scores off the window for 2 more. He's taken charge in this second half. Only the 9 first half points on not great efficiency. This second half is piled on the paint. 21 points in the second half. And the Suns have only scored 44 in the half. Good wraparound pass there to Clowney, who yet again takes an unnecessary dribble and then puts up a shit 3. Wilson, the kick out to Johnson, tries his luck, and he misses a 3 as well. So the Nets are basically limping to the finish at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns empty their bench very shortly. Geordie's called a timeout. It's out to a game-high lead at the 4:32 mark. Empty your fucking bench. This is what I'm so confused about. This is what I don't understand, right? Why on earth has Dariq Whitehead only played 10 minutes? Why has he only played 10 minutes, bro? We've got 9 active players and you've played Dariq 10 minutes. He's our 3rd top scorer. He's our 3rd top scorer and you played him the least minutes. That just really confuses me. I don't understand what the point is in that. Like, there's got to be... Whoever is in that Jordi Fernandez press conference, they need to ask, why on earth, in a game where you have 9 active players and you're getting smacked, Why is he not playing more minutes? Why is he not even touching 20 minutes? Like, this is what just confuses me. I don't understand it. Like, if he can't play now, we're never ever gonna get, we're never gonna see him. Ever. He'll close this one out because, out of necessity, basically, but... Well, the Suns empty their bench because we're getting a Bol sighting and he's guarding Derek Whitehead, so you can say goodbye to Derek scoring any more points. Good take by Sharp, and he's going to score the banker. Where was the fucking whistle there, bro? Swear he got struck on the arm. So, down to 22. 178 the score. O'Neal, drive in. Pass out to Damian Lee, ready to fire. That's off. Rebound by O'Neal. Bol on the outside. Kick out to the corner for Lee. Extra to O'Neal. One more to Morris. Behind the back. And my game has paused. For some shit reason. What the hell? I don't know what's going on. It's just completely shut itself. What the hell is going on? Hang on. Wait a second, ladies and gents. Gotta run another game. Because for some reason the stream just disappeared off the face of the earth. And with 3:05 left, they've already added another 5 points. So there's a foul. And we're inside the final 3 minutes. O'Neal will go to the bench after playing like shit the whole game. And so the Suns will bring on a couple of players that I don't even know who they are. Phoenix have a deep bench. Gillespie checks in for Phoenix. 105.78. 2:55 to play. Beekman on the outside. Out to Whitehead. He's going to shoot another three, and that's an air ball. So that's what happens when you ice him and you play him not a minute in the second half, which doesn't make any bloody sense. God, the fans want Bol to shoot it, and he misses it incredibly badly. Talk about putting the pressure on a player who's a G Leaguer. Lee, that's off. Rebound for the Nets. Final 2 minutes now for Brooklyn. Martin's going to step into a three, and he just has not had his shot. God, the crowd's been the loudest it has all night for Bol, who loses the ball, and he's going to shoot free throws. Fucking hell, we've had 78 points, but we've scored how many in this fourth quarter? 10. Wow. 10 whole points. So Bol at the line, shooting a pair, and he makes the first. Obviously a lot of Bol advocates there. Basically because he's a demigod. Thon maker regen. And Bol misses the second. Sharp gets the rebound. We're inside the final 2 minutes now. Johnson on the outside. Drive in. Scoop. Layup. Got it. +1. And it'll be a free throw for Keon Johnson, who's had I reckon he's been one of our better players today. Definitely some good moments, good flashes of brilliance. But really, outside of that, it's been a little bit, the moments have been few and far between, that's for certain. So 106-80 the score. Johnson will convert that and one opportunity there with a free throw. And it's 106-81 inside the final 2 minutes of this match, which for the most part was actually pretty competitive. Lee turns it over, Johnson's going to run it. Whitehead was open, but we found Beekman, who also was open. It's off. He gets his own miss, and he'll give it to Whitehead, who'll pass it over to Johnson, and that three is also off. So pretty clear the Nets in shoot-around need to practice their threes because they can't make one for dear life. Morris is short on his three, and Whitehead is the trailer. They're going to look for him. He's going to shoot another three, and that is a brick as well. Bowl with the rebound. And they want him to shoot the ball. Oh, he took it in and lost the ball. And it's going the other way. He's turned it over. Bol's getting the Taco Fall treatment, and it's not a good thing. He's getting the Yuki treatment. Johnson, Whitehead, gonna drive in. It's a good take. He's gonna get free throws. I'm liking the fact that Derek is getting some minutes though in the NBA. And he's getting a few touches, which is good. Doesn't look too passive. Even when he was playing meaningful minutes tonight, he wasn't looking too passive. Whitehead makes the free throw. So 24-point game. 49 seconds remaining in the match. And that free throw's off. Got his own miss, and then blew the bunny. And then the rebound, Johnson the pump fake, extra to Beekman. That's good relocation. That three is also off. And Bowl is getting more Make-A-Wish treatment. It's crazy. So, 106.82. 30 seconds to play. It's fair to say that going into this game, I didn't think the Suns were only going to put up 106. Drive in and finger roll. Nice. By the Suns. Are we going to hold for one? Are we going to shoot the ball? I think Whitehead wants to shoot it. Johnson's going to definitely put one up. It's a good dunk. Like that. But it looks like that's going to wrap it up. 108-84 the final score. And the bookends, the first and fourth quarters, the Nets were not very strong in the offensive department. They only put up 16 fourth quarter points. And it was basically a mirror image of what happened in the first quarter. The Suns, well, they only scored in two quantities today, quarter by quarter. 28 and 26. And look, it wasn't a very flashy offensive game by Phoenix. The Nets also only had two quantities of scoring, 16 and 26. But overall, the Suns were just the far better team. And the Nets, I mean, they just don't know how to shoot a basketball, really. Let's be honest. Their field goal percentages were rough today. 7 of 36 from downtown. That's 20%. That's worse than 20%. That's awful. I mean, we talk about lowlights. Martin was 1 of 10. Clowney was 2 of 10. Tosin was 2 of 15. And Keon Johnson scored 20. So you got him, Wilson, and Claxton shooting above 50% from the field. And then you've got the rest, basically. Sharp had 8 and 9. Derek scored 12, and he had a pretty good game. Little short cameo. And for Phoenix, they only had 2 players in double figures, but they are the 2 that matter. Durant and Booker combining for 56 points. And in the second half, the Nets couldn't turn the ball over anymore. They were very careless. The Suns hit 7 more threes. They double our tally from there. And they hit 8 extra shots, hit an extra free throw, and really just dominated full stop. They did what they had to do. The Nets just simply don't have the personnel right now. And the box score indicates that. Because even you can get some good performances from your Johnsons, Wilsons. Derek Whitehead scored 12 today. Dayron had a good performance, but you really need everyone to fire on all cylinders when you're playing a 9-man rotation that looks like this. So it's always going to be rough viewing. But that being said, I think the Nets put in a pretty decent effort for most of the game. It's just we didn't have the scoring. and that's always going to be a problem. So that is going to do it. I will be back in a couple of days' time, so make sure to tune in for that one. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to stay safe. I will chat to you soon, but until then, have a good one. We'll see you around. Bye for now.